Welcome back. I'm David Wilson, leadership coach and founder of Dominion Street Coaching. In this series, I aim to share insights gleaned from my practice, and today I want to talk about a book that on its face has nothing to do with leadership, and yet deep down has everything to do with it. Bob Rotella's book, Golf is Not a Game of Perfect, is ostensibly about sports psychology. But strip away the fairways and the 5-irons, and what you find is one of the most precise maps of the high-performance mindset that I've encountered. And as leaders, we do well to study it. Rotella's central insight is deceptively simple. The golfers who win aren't the ones who make the fewest mistakes. They're the ones who respond to mistakes the best. Now think about that for a moment. Golf is a game where even the world's best players hit bad shots every single round. The variable isn't perfection, it's recovery. Now swap out the golf course for the boardroom, or the negotiating table, or a difficult team dynamic. How many leaders do you know who are paralyzed by the fear of a bad decision, who over-deliberate, delay, or micromanage because they can't tolerate the idea of being wrong? Rotella would say that's not caution, that's self-defeat dressed up as rigor. One of Rotella's most powerful teachings is what he calls trusting your routine. Before every shot, great golfers commit to a process, a mental and physical preparation ritual, and then they let go. They don't stand over the ball calculating every variable. They've done the thinking. Now they trust. And leaders need this too. Not impulsiveness, but the willingness to commit, to make a call, own it, and execute with full presence, rather than hedging in 10 directions at once. I've worked with senior leaders who are technically brilliant, but constitutionally unable to commit. They're always reopening decisions, always leaving the back door ajar. Sometimes it's dressed up as a virtue of preserving optionality. That can be a powerful strategy, but also a weak excuse. And their teams feel it. Uncertainty at the top cascades down fast. Rotella's prescription is clear. Develop your process, trust it, and then release. The shot is hit, now play the next one. And here's the thing that separates elite performers, whether it be in golf or in leadership. They have short memories for failure and long memories for capability. Rotella describes the mindset of champions as almost ruthlessly selective. They don't dwell, they don't catastrophize. They acknowledge a bad shot, take whatever learning is available, and then move their attention forward to the next hole, to the next decision, the next conversation. Famously, Jack Nicklaus, arguably the greatest golfer of all time, who's won more majors than any golfer in history, denied at a press conference that he'd ever three-putted in a championship. This was in the face of irrefutable video and eyewitness testimony of a bad round at Turnberry, but he was able to look the questioner in the eye and deny it had ever happened. Now, arguably, this isn't denial, it's discipline. There's a moment, and it's brief, for honest reflection. After that, staying in the failure is simply a choice to perform worse. As a leader, every difficult conversation you have, every restructuring you navigate, every time a strategy doesn't land, you have to be able to reset, because your team is watching what you carry, and if you're carrying the last bad shot onto the next tee, they know it. Finally, Rotella argues that performance flows from self-image. How you see yourself as a player shapes what your body and mind are willing to attempt. The same is true in leadership. Leaders who carry an identity of competence, who genuinely believe they belong in the room, can handle the pressure, can lead through ambiguity, perform differently from those who are quietly waiting to be found out. Rotella's work with golfers involved at its core building a robust and accurate self-story. Not arrogance, not delusion, but a settled confidence that doesn't require every shot to be perfect to remain intact. And that is the foundation of sustained leadership, not perfection, but equanimity. So this week, I'd invite you to notice, where are you standing over the shot too long? Where are you carrying a bad hole into the next one? And where might a little more Rotella help? Next time, we'll be looking at what can a fictional detective from Victorian London teach us about modern leadership. Thank you for listening.